Alright, hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character and random weapon and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Of course, we are playing with the new 1.1 beta update, which is still in beta and should launch alongside the DLC, which is coming up in October. Since we want to play with the new characters, I'm going to be randoming between the 4 new characters. And we've already played the Vagabond, so really it's just 3. I'm going to roll a 4-sided die again and see which one we get. And I got a 3, so that is the Techno Mage. The Techno Mage starts with turrets, and so which weapon we roll here I think is going to be less impactful than for a lot of other characters. But the Techno Mage is a pretty tough character because of the plus item price restriction, and we won't be able to boost melee damage if we get an item like Wrench that scales off of it, or Torch. So there's definitely some ways that this could be pretty dangerous. Let's see what we get. Of course, we will re-roll if I get Taser, because I used that for my class guide. And we got Lightning Shiv. Lightning Shiv should be great here, although we can't increase the damage of the actual Shiv attack. The bounces should be very good, and hopefully we can find a Scared Sausage to give us some additional wave clear. Terrible turret spawns, by the way, both extremely on the edge of the arena. So, barely helping with our wave clear at all. And this tree, we're gonna get decent kills, but I did have to leave a lot of materials on the ground to kill that tree. I actually don't know if it was worth it. I think because we got a box it was, but maybe that was actually a mistake because we have Lightning Shiv, which kills so slowly, that I think maybe actually leaving that many materials on the ground just to get the one tree kill may not have been correct. We'll buy the Lightning Shiv and lock the Lumberjack shirt and the coupon. Roll again for more Shivs. We'll roll one more time to try to lock a Shiv here. Really want to lock another one. Come on. Show me the money. Okay, well, we spent a lot to lock another Shiv, but still worth it. Let's go to wave 2. Obviously have to pick up a lot of materials here because we left so many on the ground last time. Once we get this Lumberjack shirt, it'll make this scenario where the tree, where we have to attack the tree a million times, less impactful on us, but for now, we were able to kill it quickly because the elemental damage bounce actually went through the tree and killed it really fast. We, of course, don't take any melee damage here. Armor doesn't do anything, or armor is useful, but we don't want it this early, so I'm going to roll for economy stats, or defensive stats. More engineering or elemental damage would, of course, also be welcome. I think I will roll one more time. On this character, I feel like you really have to get the right stats, because it's so hard for the character to find the stats you need from the shop with the plus item price. So making sure that we actually buy the right stats on our levels, I think, is really important. Here, I will take 2% lifesteal with Lightning Shiv. That can be pretty good for lifesteal. And then we'll buy another Shiv and roll for another one. Locking this Shiv, so that's great. And then, I guess I will buy the coupon, save myself 1 material. Or, actually, I think it might be better to buy the Lumberjack shirt, because we have a tree already. If this spawns, taking one fewer attack, a couple fewer attacks to kill the tree, probably makes me more than the 1 material I make by buying the coupon. And then this will only cost 20 next round. So we're actually going to buy the Lumberjack shirt first. I think this is higher expected value than having the coupon 1 wave early. People often ask me about not buying coupon right away when I see it in Shop 1. It's more important to get your weapon set online. Coupon, like, we could have spent 20 on the coupon and saved 2 materials at this point in the game, but that means 1 fewer weapon that we would have, and so we would be making a lot less money per wave. So those 2 materials would have set us much further behind than actually killing enemies quickly. As you can see, picking up materials is a problem for this character, so we are going to need to fix that. I will take some attack speed, and Elemental damage I do want, but maybe I want to get harvesting started. I think we can pick up some harvesting early and still benefit from it. Here, we probably, because I picked up so few materials, we probably just have to buy the lightning shiv, because I again need more weapons, and then I'm going to roll one time. Okay, perfect. And so the coupon, we've given up 4 materials now, but we're definitely making more than 4 materials because we have the extra wave clear from buying the level 2 lightning shiv. Sometimes the order that you should do things in isn't totally intuitive, and your first glance principle may not be the correct one, so it's always worth thinking about that kind of thing pretty carefully before making a decision. Yeah, I'll take some bonus engineering. Of course, that will help our constructs. For 7, I think it's worth it. Engineering, I think, is kind of a trap on the Technomancer. I think you actually don't really want to build to buff up your constructs. But when it's that cheap for 2 engineering, I think it's worth picking up. The reason I think that you don't really want to commit to your constructs is right now we've just got 2 level 1 turrets. They're helping with our wave clear, but they're certainly not a massive part of our wave clear, and they will be even less so as we level up. So investing into improving just the 2 level 1 turrets is not that important for this character. I'm going to take the max HP here because we are desperately going to need some, and now we can buy the coupon and pick up these 2 items, do our reroll here, maximize our weapon set, or do I buy Peaceful Bee first? I think getting a little more harvesting going earlier is good, so we'll buy the Peaceful Bee, make 4 more materials. We might be giving up 4 materials by not having 6 weapons, but with Lightning Shiv, your wave clear is so good that I don't think we actually are in this case. Go to wave 5 and use our shivs to clear the wave. Of course, we have fewer weapons than most other characters would just because we have the shop price increase. So the Techno Mage really starts out from a deficit. You have to use your turrets to help get you extra wave clear and make up for the downsides of the character. And of course, more constructs will help build elemental damage in a relatively cheap way. So those are the benefits of the character. I will say that in its current state in the beta, at time of recording, I think this character needs a change. I don't think that plus 20% shop price is a good downside for this character that's built around buying cool synergy items, because it just makes it so hard to buy the cool synergy items and do the thing that this character is trying to do. You just never get to actually live the power fantasy of being an elemental engineering build with the Techno Mage currently, because item shop price is just... I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, a bit of a rant here, but item shop price is a deeply unfun penalty to have, increased item shop price, because it just means you can buy fewer cool things. I would much rather they do a different penalty that is maybe more thematic for the character, or honestly no penalty. Both Mage and Engineer don't have real severe penalties on the character. Those are the engineering and elemental builds. Just let Technomancer be cool and powerful. I think that would be totally fine. Here I'm going to reroll because I think we can get a level 2 upgrade, and we could. I will take 2 armor over 3 regeneration in this spot, and then I'll just take 5 harvesting to make sure that we can get that to 21 with relative efficiency. Roll here, and we will take the duct tape. Armor, of course, is good, and while engineering, like I said, isn't super important for this character, it does still help. Medical turret is another construct, so we get healing by buying this, and also get elemental damage because of the Techno Mage passive, so the medical turret is really good for us. We'll buy the tree here. Snake will be useful if we find incendiary turrets as an item, or if we find scared sausage, either of which will be high priority picks. But since we haven't found them yet, and aren't guaranteed to, I'm not going to spend 50 on a purely speculative item that does nothing but hurt us right now, without any guarantee that it's going to pay off. So think we will pass on that. Obviously, we will regret it a little bit if we immediately find 3 scared sausages, but given that this is a character that operates on relatively tight margins, and items are more expensive and everything, I think we are better off just focusing on stats that we actually really need at the moment. One such stat would be enemy spawn rate, because there just aren't enough enemies to be making money at this stage. Pulling in materials would be really good for us, but I'm really hoping to find just improved economy stuff. That being said, 250 with 30 on the ground is pretty good for Wave 6, so maybe we're not actually in as bad shape as I thought. Baby Gecko, amazing find. Pulling in materials is really important for us, and range is actually very good for Lightning Shiv. And then here I'll take the 5 harvesting to get to the point where our harvesting is growing more quickly. I will take the medical turret, the mutation, and the fuel tank to improve our wave clear, and then reroll. Ugly Tooth will help a ton against elites, and Recycling Machine is good. It does cost us more to buy, but also items recycle for more when they cost more. Item price does increase the amount that you sell items for. So Recycling Machine is just as efficient for the Techno Mage as it would be for any other character, which is very, so we're pretty happy to buy it. Definitely need some item level, some weapon level increases if possible. Obviously, I don't have control over this, really, but I will be happy to let the eggs spawn. We have plenty of damage output. We can just attack other stuff and bounce the lightning shots to them. They also just give us something to attack so that we can constantly be bouncing lightning. As a side note, sometimes it can be good to not buy Lumberjack Shirt on a Lightning Shiv build, just to make sure that you have something you can constantly be hitting to bounce lightning off of. For this build, though, we want the Lumberjack Shirt because we were having trouble killing the trees at all. And also because we might get Pocket Factory. That would be a very high pick for us. So we would want Lumberjack Shirt to combo with that. Starting to actually make pretty good income because Lightning Shiv just gives you very solid wave clear, so we're at 290. We'll take the cake here. Gentle Alien, exactly what I talked about wanting. Move speed we need, damage we need. I'll take the move speed, I think, because currently we have negative move speed, and that's quite painful. And then here, I better take 9 max HP to make sure that our max HP reaches a reasonable value before we have to fight an elite. That being said, we do have 2 Horde Waves here, which is perfect, obviously, for a Lightning Shiv construct engineering type build. We'll be very, very good at clearing Horde Waves, so we did get lucky on our boss wave spawns. I think we can buy all of these, right? So we get to buy them all and get our free reroll. We will take the tree here. Blood Leech does cost me harvesting, but Lifesteal is useful, regen is useful. Maybe I want it. I think I'm going to pass on both the Blood Leech and the Mushroom, and I'll focus on getting Lifesteal from level ups, or more efficient ways to buy it, and that'll be our main healing. As well, we have the medical turret. We'll buy any gardens we see, so I think our healing should be okay. Using the big chargers to spam lightning off of, which is kind of fun. Because they have such a high HP pool, they let us lightning everything. Killing the actual enemy that you're attacking can be a problem for Lightning Shiv, especially for the Techno Mage, because we can never increase our Lightning Shiv's actual attack damage, since that's based on melee, not elemental. But as long as I can just not tank hits from specifically the enemy that I'm attacking, then the lightning bolts will clear the rest of the enemies, so we're not going to be in any danger, really. Although I did just walk into one enemy there. And then every single attack. Didn't quite make it over to the second tree, a little unfortunate there. I'll take the pumpkin here. We will buy any piercing shots that we see. That'll be a hugely powerful item for us. So I think it's worth buying pumpkin, even though it doesn't do anything right now. We're just speculating on it, but it will be so good if we do get a sharp bullet or something. Speaking of which, I will definitely take the sharp bullet here. I'll take the snowball as well. It didn't work out super well last time I played Techno Mage, and elemental damage is easier to come by because we can buy constructs for it, but I do want to experiment more with this item, and it will let us get a free reroll, so I'll pick that up, get that, upgrade my Shiv, do a roll here. I'm going to buy the jelly. 1 max HP for 30 is actually a totally fine ratio. I think jelly is just a very good item, even on characters that only have 1 weapon. You will often end up buying it, I think. And then, yeah, I'll just lock all of these other items. They're all good for us. Wave 9 should be excellent, hopefully. We now have piercing shots, and we have gentle alien. And with lightning shivs, we should be clearing enemies very rapidly. If I start taking too many hits, I can move over to the left there and play around my medical turret. Medical turret is awesome for the Techno Mage, by the way. I didn't really think about this, but the bonus attack speed on the medical turret makes it a really solid healing piece for us. That improves it much more than any engineering boost would, because attacking more often for 3 HP means that the medical turret is just healing us really, really rapidly, which I might need because I just walked into every enemy in the entire world. Though I still want to play on this side to make sure that I can pick up all these materials, then I'll work my way back around to grab this set of materials and hopefully make a decent amount of money that way. As you can see, we are starting to take a few too many hits. I definitely need more healing, more armor, and dodge to avoid that. It's hard to protect yourself with lightning shivs because the actual attacks don't do any damage. So when we get charged like that, we're not killing the enemy before it reaches us. Alien Worm. With 0 consumable heal, I don't think we can afford to pick this up. It's an item I've come around on a little more, but I think here it's just not good. Terrified Onion, since we have Recycling Machine, I'm going to recycle it. If we didn't, I might buy it, but I'd rather just focus on making money and buying stats that don't decrease stats we actually quite badly want. Do I just take 1 armor here, or do I roll for something else? We could take elemental damage. I don't think we need that particularly. I think I will just take the 1 armor. Going up to 5 armor feels pretty useful, and then we'll take a 15 luck, and then we will get the luckiest we've ever been with the Wave 9 Anvil. This is going to take a long time to upgrade all of my shivs to level 6, but this is, when you get Anvil here, or to level 4, when you get Anvil here like this, it's worth like 3,000 materials or something, because the amount that we would spend on upgrading these shivs is so high. The Anvil is going to be incredible, so obviously we're buying that, and then we will buy these other 2 items. A roll here. I think what I want is to get all my shivs to level 3 as soon as possible, so rather than maximize my equity on number of Anvil ticks to get to level 4, I'm gonna just grab all level 2 shivs, and then hopefully it hits one of the level 2s and gets it to level 3, because level 3 shivs are a lot better than level 2. 3 bounces clears the waves much faster. We'll take the Garden, of course. It will attack faster thanks to our elemental damage, and also gives us, so that's more healing, and also gives us more elemental damage. Overall, I think this method of clearing the Techno Mage is harder than the taser method, because you don't have the economy that tasers give you. But it's probably like the second best way to play the character. I think that engineering builds on the Techno Mage currently are really, really difficult, so you're going to want to be an elemental damage build using either these or the tasers, and that will be the most efficient way to play the character. The economy that you get from tasers is pretty hard to pass up on when you have huge item price increases, though, and I'm definitely feeling the loss of our harvesting, as we're only able to buy like 1 or 2 items per shop. That said, still making pretty good money. We don't have any XP gain. Next wave is wave 11, which will be fairly difficult. The rib cages could, like, one-tap me if I buy the peacock here. But I think I feel confident enough to pick it up, so I'm gonna give this a shot. That could be too dangerous, and maybe I'm just ruining my game here by picking up the peacock, but I think that will be useful, and I definitely do want more levels, because our max HP is quite low and everything. I guess we have a horde wave as well, so I forgot to look. You can now actually hit escape and look at where your boss waves are. Great change in the patch. But yeah, the peacock XP gain on the horde wave is definitely worth it, though of course risky. Buy the cute monkey for more healing. We definitely need that, and of course the garden. Coil. So knockback with the bouncing shots, knockback could be pretty useful if I can find more. Right now it's just a decrease to our damage output and doesn't do anything because I have a bunch of negative knockback. If I didn't have all of the negative knockback and if our items weren't so expensive, I might try the coil here. As is, I think we don't want it, but it's a very interesting option. Here I'll buy the lightning shiv. This is great because it means our anvil's always gonna upgrade something to level 3, and then we will go to the next wave. On this wave, you can use the rib cages to bounce lightning off of, which is one of the cool things about lightning shiv on waves with these like really high health enemies. You always have something to proc the lightning off of. Would love to see a Sif's relic or more geckos, of course. That would be one of the things we would want the most badly at this point, because we're still leaving so many materials on the ground. I also really need to try to pick up as many of these as possible this wave, because they're more valuable this wave, because we have the peacocks. So any materials I pick up this wave are significantly worth more than if I have to leave them on the ground. So it's worth taking a risk to make sure that we pick them up. The garden helped there because it healed me back up to full immediately. I wanted to make my way over to that tree, but it was more important, I think, that we get these 3 levels. Take the jelly here and 9 max HP. Now our max HP is a lot better. I think I want the dodge over the lifesteal. I think we should be able to get to a decent amount of dodge. And then for engineering, that could help my constructs. But again, I don't really care about that. Crit chance helps my damage output, but I think we just need the move speed. Move speed's going to be huge for us. Take the helmet here. More armor, very important. So if I buy this lightning shiv, it does make my anvil worse, right? Because currently we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ticks to get to everything to level 4. If I combine 2 of these, then we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess it's the same. So I'm just spending 50 materials to not change any ticks on my anvil if I buy this level 1 lightning shiv. So only if we're actually upgrading a weapon, if we get a level 2 or higher, is it worth buying a shiv here. Level 3 is definitely worth buying. And then I definitely want to combine 2 level 2s and buy a level 3, because that's 3 ticks. Whereas if I combine to level 4, we need more. I don't know. I'm not sure if I did that math right, but I'm just going with it. We've already done it. I'll take the sunglasses here for more crit chance, and then the baby gecko. I've talked about how much we want that, of course. Missile, very helpful. Attack speed is good for this character, of course, but the missile boosting our percent damage matters a lot for our damage, which is because our percent damage is super low. I will also lock the community support. Actually, this character might not want it. Community support is going to be like maximum 15 attack speed for us because we're a lightning shift build, so we're clearing all the enemies really fast. Losing 2 armor for that actually does not feel very good to me, so we're going to pass on the community support. I know that may enrage some people, but I think that because we clear the enemy waves so quickly, community support actually is rarely going to be worth spending 202 armor on. Very good item, of course, but there are some circumstances where you don't want it. And you can see here how few enemies are actually living on the field at a time. Especially in positions where we actually care about our attack speed, because as soon as we start attacking, everything dies and we would lose our attack speed anyways. The only time there's more enemies on the field is when we're not near them, where our attack speed doesn't actually matter anyways, because we're not attacking. Would love a pocket factory. Of course, we would still like scared sausage. That would help a lot. Oh, is there any chance we can kill this loot alien? Oh, nice. Okay. I didn't think we'd get it because we were just attacking in melee with our low damage, but we did actually kill it, and we got the warrior helmet, which is awesome. Bait for additional damage here. Harvesting it's too late for that, so let's reroll. Do I want armor or lifesteal? I think I'll take the armor here. We do have 16 regeneration from our fairy, as well as our garden is giving us a ton of healing, so I'm feeling less stressed about healing and would rather just have more defensive stats. Tyler will definitely take this, scales off our elemental damage, so it's going to actually be good for our wave clear. For 34, I will buy the book because we have the fairy. I probably wouldn't if we didn't, but this scales both our construct damage and gives us 1 regeneration from the fairy. I'm gonna roll here. A level 4 plasma sledgehammer, that's fun. Currently, my attack speed is nowhere near close to capping out the ball and chain, so I'm definitely gonna buy this. 3 armor and 20% damage is too good to pass up on, and we will take the acid as well. Go up to 66 max HP. It looks like we probably won't get our dodge to dodge cap, but I'm feeling pretty good about this overall regardless. I will say the early Anvil was definitely a gift for this build. Our wave clear is much better than it would be otherwise without that. You can use these tentacles to bounce lightning off of. Of course, we haven't found any... This character does have critical hit. From our precise weapons. We haven't found any crit synergy like Tentacle or Hunting Trophy. Hunting Trophy would be awesome for us, of course, as it is for any character with even a marginal amount of critical hit, because it would solve a lot of our economy issues. Even at a higher price point, the Hunting Trophy would definitely be worth picking up. Energy Bracelet, awesome. That's all stats that we care about quite a bit, so we're happy to pick it up. And yep, 3 more armor so that we don't die. Blood donation this late for 147, but we're actually only going into wave 14, so the blood donation's pretty good. We have the regeneration to offset it, so I think I will take both it and the tractor and just make a bunch of money off of harvesting in this next couple waves, and then we'll lock these 2 items. Sure, yeah, I guess we just bought 80 harvesting. One thing I do need to be kind of careful of now, I'm not gonna like go really out of my way for it or anything, but I should be a little aware that I'm taking constant blood donation damage, and so I should try to avoid walking near my garden and eating all of the consumables, because I want, of course, to save those for if we actually need the healing. But if it means giving up on picking up materials, then I'll just accept it, because we have enough elemental damage, our constructs are attacking pretty fast, and we've got healing from our medical turret as well. And of course the garden's going to make more fruits pretty quickly, so not something I'm terribly concerned about. With our high armor, this is really good, because we were able to survive even as the number of summons on the field stacks up. Obviously, this build cannot prevent the summons from spawning, but we made it. We do have 17 regeneration, so we can safely buy the Weird Ghost, even though we have blood donation, and I am going to do that. And then here, More armor, more luck, more lifesteal. I think our healing is fine with the garden and the fairy and the medical turret. 3 armor. I think I'll take 15 luck here. Luck seems pretty good to me. Then I will grab more regeneration, more armor, and I guess I will buy both of these. Looks like we're not building dodge, but the landmines, of course, is more, while they're not going to be that impressive themselves, it's just more elemental damage. The lightning shiv, I will lock it. If the anvil hits the level 2 lightning shiv, then it actually won't be good to buy it, but if it doesn't, so there's a 1 in 4 chance that we end up having just wasted a shop slot here, but I think it's worth it to lock the lightning shiv if we can accelerate our anvil progress. And then I will buy all of these other items as well, because they're all good. Starting at 1 HP, of course, so I do have to be aware of that and not tank a hit, but as you can see, we've got Garden, we had the regeneration to survive the blood donation hit, so we were safe. As long as you have 11 or more health regeneration, you'll live through buying Weird Ghost. Because you just need the 1 regeneration to tick before the 1 damage, and the damage actually ticks at exactly the 1 second mark, so as long as you have more than 1 regeneration per second, you'll be fine. Should be making, of course, excellent money this wave. Not the same XP that we made on the previous Horde wave, but we've got the damage to clear these Horde aliens pretty quickly, so we're making good cash. Plant, yeah, I'll take this. It's 3 regeneration because we have a fairy, so we do lose a lifesteal, but the plant is still good. And then 4 max HP. We already have 81. Do I actually even need it? It's probably worth grabbing. Take 12% damage, just because a level 4 upgrade is so good. We aren't in the world where we lost the 1 in 4 chance, so happy about that. Basically, I'm spending the lightning shiv, I'm spending 100 here to accelerate my anvil progress by 1 round, which means we get 2 armor out of it, and then also we'll hit more level 4 shivs fast, so I think that's worth 100. And we're going to buy all this stuff and roll. Is it worth 192? Would I spend 192 on 2 armor and maybe a little more wave clear this wave? I probably would, so I will buy that. We'll buy the sunglasses as well, and then go to wave 16. Plus, it's just fun that we're going to get to all level 4 shivs. Thanks to our pretty solid economy, we've really managed to improve this character's killing power. Obviously, if you watched my Technomancer guide, at this point we were struggling to kill stuff, because we were playing the taser build, whereas this version of the build can kill stuff, but we are still going to struggle against the elite, so the thing that I really need is in a way that build didn't really. So the thing that I really need is going to be defensive stats as we go into the elite fights, to make sure that we don't just pop when we fight an elite that we can't easily at least kill, because our actual attacks don't do any damage. I'll take 3 regeneration here, that should be able to help. I'm not going to take the Weird Ghost because we're going into an elite fight, so even though we could technically survive it, I don't think it's worth picking that up. Incendiary turret though, sunglasses, and another weird food we'll take. I'm so tempted to buy the Weird Ghost, you have no idea. Actually, you've watched my videos probably, so you have some idea, but I'm going to reroll here. I'll take a landmines, that's more damage, and then I will roll again. And celery tea, that's too late to want that, and we definitely don't want it going into an elite wave, but another landmines, sure. Again, we're just buying elemental damage there, which is a fine thing to be buying. For 40, is there a chance I can roll into something that'll help us survive? There might be, so I'm going to reroll here. And yeah, Peaceful Bee for 4% dodge. Obviously not the most impressive thing in the world, but when we buy 10% dodge, we'll be up to 14%. If I find some in a level up, we could hit 30 dodge by the end of the game, and that would be a totally reasonable amount. I'm also going to buy all these things, of course, so let's go fight an elite. Of course, we got the most dangerous elite for a melee character, so we're going to try to stay on the opposite side of the arena from it. Because we're a lightning shiv build, there's no way we can kill it. Unless enemies spawn really close to it, maybe I can DPS it down just by attacking it with like critical lightning bolts. Because if the bolts bounce back through it, we can maybe kill it. I do have pretty good healing, so and great armor, so I can tank it at least reasonably effectively. But yeah, no, there's no chance. So I did put myself in a pretty bad spot there by trying to kill the elite and then changing my mind. Definitely not what you want to do, but this build at least has good enough defenses that we were able to run away from it. Now it's actually taking hits because we're attacking other stuff, but we just didn't have the damage to kill it, and especially not safely, so better to avoid it. Definitely taking this. I don't mind capping my max HP for 8 elemental damage. That's pretty good. And then I will buy the clover and the medical turret, save the warrior helmet for next round, and I will roll twice. Yeah, we can take the silver bullet. That actually might help us kill the bosses. And then the beanie will keep our move speed at a reasonable value. If I'd gotten the item that scales our weapon damage off of elemental damage, then we would maybe have been able to kill bosses, of course, with like giant belt or whatever that just do damage whenever we crit it. We could maybe have killed that elite. Also, if I'd gotten a different elite that I could more easily focus attacks on, because that one charges past you, obviously, we could probably have killed it, but because we got the worst possible roll for an elite, and we haven't found some of the key items for actually killing things with our weapons on this character, it was better to just play that round defensively. I got kind of baited because I saw it take a bunch of damage, and then I was like, "Oh, maybe we can kill it." But by then, I'd already sort of wasted 15 seconds, and you can't just with lightning shiv, you just can't reliably focus your damage, so you're never going to actually be able to focus damage on the enemy. I'll take the regeneration here, and yeah, we can buy more dodge. We're up to 20% dodge. That's not terrible. Buy this, and I guess I'll buy this, and go to wave 19. And we're going to get more armor from our Anvil. It's already given us 2. This run brought to you by Anvil, by the way. I think everybody knows that item is good, but that item is such a game-winning item if you find it early. Made this run that would otherwise have probably been pretty stressful in sort of the later waves kind of a breeze, because all of our weapons were so powerful, and we didn't have to spend money on upgrading them. Would have loved early Sif's Relic, or anything along those lines, of course. We do have 2 geckos. Honestly, I think they should make gecko 33% and max of a 33% chance and max of 3 geckos, because even at 25%, it often still feels like you're just not picking up any materials. Alright, I will pass on the Weird Ghost going into the boss wave. I will pass on Grind's Magical Leaf, but that's why we have the recycling machine. Sad to have to pass on that. If we'd gotten it earlier, it would have been awesome. Power Generator for 2% damage, but I guess I will buy any move speed I see, so I'll pick that up just in case. And then, yeah, I guess we'll take 12% speed, and that's 12% damage as well. 12% dodge, that's kind of nice. We still didn't find any burn, so my decision not to buy Snake and Eye Surgery and stuff earlier obviously was retroactively justified, and was, I think, the right decision to make, even given that we might have rolled into those items. None of these, unfortunately, are useful. This would have been a great shop for us 5 waves ago, but at this point, not. I will take the ritual here, because that could help, and I will take community support now, although it's probably only going to be like 3% attack speed. Most of the time, it will still help me clear the bosses, and we're not guaranteed to roll into anything that actually is good, though I will, of course, take Warrior Helmet and then reroll here. Mouse would have been awesome. Let's roll again and see what we get. Well, I would definitely have taken the Thunder Sword if we'd gotten it earlier, because it's just big lightning Shiv, so that's totally in spirit for the random runs, but we didn't find it earlier, so let's go to wave 20. So because there's 2 bosses here, we're much more likely to be able to kill them, actually, because we can bounce the lightning shots between them. So it gives us something to... We can hit them with the actual damaging part of our attacks more reliably. And you can see that, like, when they're on top of each other, they take a decent amount of damage. So as long as I can keep them around here near my medical turret and with my garden in reach, I feel pretty good about fighting the bosses. Just trying to constantly be attacking so that we're getting our lightning on stuff regularly. And when you hang out very close to this boss, you're going to take hits from its, like, circular move, but not from the big spinny circle, because you're just inside of it all the time. So, as long as you can heal up one of those attacks, you can still kill it pretty regularly. Then I guess let's go attack this other boss and see if we can finish it off. Gonna do a drive-by over all those landmines. Didn't. Look how many landmines we got, though, because we have the attack speed from our construct attack speed. Alright, well, that was pretty fun. We lightning shivved our way to victory and defeated the bosses with only a couple seconds remaining, so it was a nice down-to-the-wire challenge. Taking a look at our purchases early on, obviously the early tree helped a lot. Bag, when we got it early, worth 390, that's amazing. Coupon we got early, and I talked about this at the time. It was right to delay buying it, I think, in all of the instances that we did. We gave up like 5 saved materials that made way more back because we had faster wave clear or better items as a result. Finding these medical turrets meant we never really had to worry about healing, and of course Fairy is just a busted item that helped us out a lot. And the Anvil gave us tons and tons of free value, thousands of materials in value, as well as some extra armor, so awesome item to find as well. Alright, I think that does it. Oh yeah, we got 3 elemental damage off the snowball, so once again not impressing, though this was on the Technomancer, who has a harder time buying Techno Mage, who has a harder time buying elemental damage items, because its items are more expensive. But Snowball, I think, unless you find it quite early, is often not going to be that impressive overall. Alright, my friends, hope that you enjoyed the video, of course, and if you did, then as always, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato. We'll be continuing to look at the new classes and other new items and stuff that have been added, and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.